Hey scientists! Today we're answering the question, what is a solution? So to figure that out, first thing you're going to do is grab some supplies from around the house. I recommend a big bowl or a bucket, or you can do it right in your sink. You may notice I'm in my kitchen. This is the place where I like to make messes. You'll also need baking soda, vinegar, and then 2 other small cups work really nicely. If you don't have small cups like this, you can also use like little jars or Tupperware. Like if you have small little Tupperwares, those will work too. Might be even better if they're plastic because I'm working with glass. But again, we're just using what we have in our house. So we're going to make this work. So basically what we're going to do to make a solution is take our different ingredients and mix them together to see what we can create. Now I have a few optional extras if you want to take the experiment a bit further. You can grab a water squirter or sprayer, a whisk, a funnel, and a tiny little measuring spoon. Also, an optional extra is a pipette. Normally in science, I have clear ones that the kids like using, but this one I found in my medicine kit in my bathroom because it's actually used to help clean out people's ears, but it will work as a science pipette if you want to try that out. Now, some people don't have funnels at home, and later I'll tell you how you can make your own if you want to make one to just have in your science experiment kit box. Also, you'll notice I'm wearing my glasses. If you have goggles, you can put on your science goggles, or it's a beautiful day out, so you can also wear sunglasses. But really, you don't need protective eyewear for this experiment. We will make a little bit of an eruption, but not quite an explosion. So other things I recommend for extras, if you have some dish soap, that would be great, and water if you have that nearby. But again, to do the experiment, all you need is a bowl, a spoon, 2 small cups, and baking soda and vinegar. Go ahead and pause the video, gather your supplies, and then unpause when you're ready to combine your ingredients together. Welcome back. Let's get started. Place your bowl on the counter and one of the small cups inside the bowl. Use your spoon to place your baking soda inside one of the cups. Go ahead and fill it all the way to the top. If some spills out, that's okay. That's why you have the bowl, to catch whatever spills. Then you're going to take your vinegar and pour it inside your second cup. And place your vinegar next to your baking soda inside the bowl. We have a bowl, and inside of the bowl we have 2 cups, vinegar and baking soda. We're going to mix them together to see what happens. Let's get started. I'm going to suck up the vinegar using my pipette. I squeeze it, then place it inside the vinegar. Let go a little so the liquid goes up inside the container. And then I'm slowly going to squeeze it into the baking soda to see what happens. Let me get closer to you so you can see this too. Can you hear that? As I'm mixing them together, the baking soda is bubbling and fizzing and exploding out of the container. That's why we have the bowl, to catch everything. Okay, I'm going to get more vinegar. I'm going to keep trying this and squeezing and see how much of the baking soda I can get out of that cup. All right. So I didn't get that much baking soda to kind of come out. It's more of an eruption versus an explosion. We do some explosions in the classroom and those go way higher. So I'm going to go ahead and take another cup full of vinegar. And you'll notice my measurements aren't exact, as if I were using like a measuring cup, saying 1 cup to 1 cup or something like that. I'm literally using what I have in the house and kind of just making this experiment work for me. And I hope you can do the same. All right. I'm going to put my lid back on my vinegar because that's all we need. So we've had 1 cup of baking soda, and now we're going to add our 2nd cup of vinegar. Here we go. Oh, that's awesome. Last big squeeze. All right. So now, if you look closely at what's on the bottom of your bowl, you'll notice that your baking soda and your vinegar started to mix together. But what's happening, I'm going to go ahead and pull out the cup that had the vinegar. What's happening is that these ingredients are mixing together and I can't pull them apart. Last week when we did our germs experiment, I had water and spices, and we mixed those together and stuck our hands in the water. The spices came out, stuck to our skin. So that was just a mixture because we could take them back out. Once we've mixed our baking soda and vinegar together, we've created something totally new. That's why this one's a solution. So I'm going to go ahead and dump in the rest of my baking soda and mix it in with the vinegar. I have my little spoon on hand. So I'm going to go ahead and add those together and kind of stir them around. And I'm still getting some more fizzing and bubbling happening. All right. Since a lot of people are stuck inside their house these days, we're going to actually make a solution that can be helpful to your parents. All right. Next up, what we're going to add into our solution is some soap. I like Dawn dish soap, just because that's also what I have in the house. But this one's antibacterial and antiviral. So I'm squeezing about half a cup full. And I'm going to go ahead and pour it in, use my spoon to get it out, and continue to mix away. Now this second part is optional. It's just because I don't want to waste the materials that we're using to make our solution, and I'm going to try and create something new. So again, if you just want to mix baking soda and vinegar and your parents say you have plenty in the house and you want to keep watching little mini eruptions, feel free to do so with your parents' permission. But for me, I'm going to try and make this into something. So now I've mixed together baking soda, vinegar, and antibacterial and antiviral soap, also known as Dawn dish soap. Then I'm going to take 1 cup of water, pour it in, and then a 2nd cup of water, pour it in. And again, these measurements are all just based on whatever size cup you're using. You'll notice I always keep a rag nearby to wet my hands as I go. So let me mix that together. As I stir and try and get all the ingredients to turn into something new, let me show you what it's starting to look like. Okay. So you can kind of see we've made something totally different. If I wanted to take the baking soda out of this and reuse it in something else, I couldn't. That's why this one's a solution and not a mixture. We've made something totally different. And what it is a cleaner. This is something that you can use to clean the kitchen counter. You can clean your bathrooms. You can clean toilets with this, because baking soda is a natural ingredient that helps deodorize things, take away like bad smells, and it also makes things white. And vinegar as well is a cleaning agent. And you may notice some people might even have toothpaste like this, and it has baking soda in it. And that's why it helps keep our teeth nice and white. So now I'm going to take the solution we made and put mine into this bottle I have. That way I can use it to clean my house. And since we used soap in ours, it is going to fight off germs and keep my countertops nice and clean. So to pour it in, I use a funnel just because I am always spilling things and making a mess. If you have a steady hand, you can pour it directly in. But I definitely recommend a funnel if you have one. And you can make a funnel too out of plastic. You can take an old bottle that you have lying around the house and just cut it right here and flip it upside down, and now you have a funnel. So if you don't have a funnel at your house, they're really easy to make. Okay, I'm going to make sure that my solution is super mixed up. Give it one last big stir before I give it a pour. Some people have at their house whisks. Let me show you what one of those looks like. If you have a whisk, this is super fun when you mix ingredients. I love whisking things around. I get a nice bubbly mixture going, or solution. Now I'm ready. I'm going to hold on and go ahead and pour it in. You probably can't tell, but I'm doing this over the sink in my house. All right. And again, if you don't have a spray bottle in your house, it's okay. You can take this and put it in a little jar and use that to save as a cleaner to have in your house, and then just dip a rag in it. Or you can just dump it out if you have enough ingredients lying around your house. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my top on the bottle and then label it with a marker so everybody else in my family knows that this is a cleaner and not water to be used on my plants. So today we were answering the question, what is a solution? And now you know that a solution is when you take different ingredients and you mix them together to create something new, like a cleaner for your house. So thanks for watching, scientists. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And I'm